guys, it's Kirby. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be reviewing, testing out the NYX Bare With Me Blurring Tint Foundation. They recently just came out with this, as well as a brush. I did not buy the brush. I purchased this with my own money. I didn't buy the brush because I have so many brushes, and like, to me a brush is a brush. So who knows if that's actually the case or not, but we're gonna try putting it on with a brush and a sponge. I'm really intrigued by this because, as you all probably know, I really love the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum. I put it in my makeup that I'm bringing into 2023. This is amazing. I love it. So hydrating. It is... My skin loves this as like a foundation as well. So when they came out with like this blurring tint foundation, I was very intrigued because I have very large pores on my face, and you know, we love a good like blurring situation. So I want to see how this does on kind of like combo skin. My chin gets really dry and flaky, but my forehead and like here gets really like oily. So I want to see how this kind of does all over. I have prepped my skin with my normal skincare routine and the primer that I've been using lately, which is the Professional Hydrate Primer from Benefit. I have been loving it. So we did use a like pore filling primer before this as well. And this is like a moisturizing pore filling primer. They also have a like just the regular Professional, which is not like hydrating, I think. So we use this one. As I said, we are going to try this both with a damp sponge and a brush, just so that we can kind of get like an idea of how it applies both ways. If you're a brush person, if you're a sponge person, you know, I feel like some people are sponge people, some people are brush people. We want to see how it does both ways. The shade that I purchased is 04 Light Neutral. I don't know if this is actually going to be my complexion shade or not, but we will figure it out together. So the application is done. On this side, obviously we did the sponge, and then on this side we did the brush, and honestly I'm not noticing too big of a difference with either side in terms of application. It is very much of a tint. It is like light to medium coverage, which isn't like bad, I don't want to say. I do think that this light neutral is a very decent shade match for me. It is running a little bit like maybe yellow slightly, but like on my neck you can't tell that much of a difference because like I feel like my face is a completely different color than my body. That's just the way life is sometimes. But yeah, I feel like going down to my neck, it like blends pretty well. So light neutral was good for me, and I usually run like fair to light on terms of like the spectrum. I don't know how many shades this has. Let me look that up real quick. Okay, it has 24 shades, and it is $14 for 1.01 fluid ounces, which isn't bad at all. 24 shades, not too bad. It looks like they do have some decent dark and medium shades. It's pretty well spaced out, fairly. I do think that these are a little bit more on like the adjustable side. Like you could get away with maybe going a little bit lighter or darker depending on like how you wear your makeup normally, but the light neutral is a pretty good shade for me. I'm gonna go off camera and do my eyebrows and eyes so that we can come back to layer some concealer, bronzer, and powders on top of this to kind of see how it interacts with some other products. Okay, we are back. Eyebrows on, eyes on. The eyes are not giving what I thought they were going to give, so I put these really big lashes on, and now they're not giving what I thought they were going to give. It's a hot mess, but that's okay. We're gonna go in with some concealer, then cream, bronzer, and blush. The concealer that we're using is going to keep in the family for the Bare With Me Blur. It's the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum. I'm gonna use the lighter one that I have, which is in the shade Light. Usually I use the vanilla for like all over my face, but since we're just doing underneath our eyes, Light is where it's at right now. Alright, we're gonna give that a minute to settle down, and then in the meantime, we're gonna use the Alley Oop Trio. And what shade are we going to use? We're gonna use Sassy Pants, because I'm feeling sassy today. And we're gonna use the bronzer and the blush. We're not gonna use the highlighters because, to be honest, I don't really like the highlighters in these. I also don't really like a cream highlighter. Alright, we are going to do also a little dusting of powder. We're going to do our bronzer and blush powder first because I want to see something. Because lately I've been doing underneath my eyes first, but then like my bronzer and blush kind of like don't jive very well with that, so I want to do my bronzer and blush first. I'm using the e.l.f. Bite Size Face Duos. I'm going to use Coconut for my bronzer and then Watermelon for my blush. Ooh, that was a lot. Whoops. I'm just going for that dramatic look today. Oh well. It doesn't look... I don't know. It looks pretty bad. It just looks really dark. But it doesn't look like that bad. It just looks very dark. Yeah, very dark. We'll figure that out, okay, people? I'm concerned, but not like too concerned, because like photographing, oh yeah, look at that. Like, we'll figure it out. We always do. Oh yeah. There it is. Okay. Alright, I gotta put a lip on and then do my lower lashes. I think we're gonna leave the lower lashes bare because I kind of like that. And then we'll be back for some final thoughts on this NYX Bare With Me Blur. The face is done. We put on a little bit of a light lip. We did not put any shadow on our lower lashes, just mascara. And the complexion is giving, okay? I was very surprised by this because I tried it out when I first got it on like bare skin and it was not looking cute at all. So to have like the complexion actually giving is something. I do have a little bit of like spotting issues around my nose. That's more of like a Kirby issue because my nose is really, really runny because I live in Ohio and it's cold and I film in my really cold basement. But other than that, like right here, giving a lot. Also, I have pretty bad forehead wrinkles, and usually with like blurring foundations, they're really bad. I mean, you can see them, but they're not like terrible. Powder over top of it went really, really well, as you can see. We're giving some deep contour today, deep bronzer today, and honestly, like, it's looking really, really good in person. I didn't put any setting spray over top of this. I just put the powder, which I used a powder foundation because I don't generally use translucent powder anymore. I use the little bit of powder foundation because I like the extra coverage. And the complexion is giving. I really, really like it. I will say it is kind of picking up a little differently on my dry patches, like especially my chin, but on my like oily areas it's looking really, really nice, and that will get oilier throughout the day. So I feel like if you have extra dry skin, this might not be the product for you. You might want to just stick with the Bare With Me concealer serums. But this played well with like the concealer serums underneath my eyes. It played well with like all of my powder products, my cream products. It did really, really well. So if you are someone who has like slightly larger pores, I wouldn't even say like huge pores, this would be really, really nice. It is a light to medium coverage, $14, 24 shades, decent-ish shade range. I think that this is actually really, really, really nice. Also, I feel like the shade match, this light neutral, I feel like it matched pretty okay with my skin. You know, trying to pick drugstore products is not always the easiest, but like, it's not oxidizing too much. I feel like, I don't know about on the camera, so I might play this back and be like, oh my gosh, Kirby, what were you thinking? But in person, I don't think it's like that drastic of a change. Like, you can notice that I'm wearing foundation, obviously, clearly, but like, I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's a good match. So definitely going to be keeping that, going to be playing around with a little more. I think maybe in the summer this would be really good for me, where like when I'm sweating hardcore and like my pores are really, really bad, I think this would be good. But yeah, I feel like it's good. I like it. I like it a lot. I will link it down in the description box below, so if you are interested in it, you can check it out on your own time. If you found this video helpful, give it a big old thumbs up. As always, please be sure to subscribe and hit the little notification bell. I would hate for you to miss out on any more videos. Thanks so much for watching, guys.